Hello and welcome to the Hindu newspaper analysis. Today, the Hindu newspaper has spent considerable space on Indo-China border dispute. It ran a front-page story on Indo-China agreeing on a five-point action plan to de-escalate tensions on the border and disengage troops from the line of actual control. Hindu has also written an editorial saying that there is a glimmer of hope following the five-point action plan that has been agreed upon between India's Foreign Minister Jaishankar and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. And there is an interesting lead article in the Hindu which says that a game of chess in the Himalayas, which says that India has got only two options. Either it has to fall in the trap laid down by China, or it has to it has to go back to its 1962 war with China and learn lessons from it. So very provocative article, and as I got a lot of meat in that article. We'll try to discuss that also maybe during the course. But let's see the banner story on India China agreeing on a five-point action plan. So the five-point action plan basically hopes at easing the tensions by disengaging the forces from the disputed part. Okay, that's the eastern part of Ladakh near the Pangong Tso River. And what are the outcomes of this? Two foreign ministers meet at the summit was that the two ministers, the foreign minister agreed that current situation in the border area is not in the interest of both the sides. Current tension at the border is not in the interest of both the sides. They agreed that the border troops of both sides should continue their dialogue, quickly disengage, maintain proper distance and ease tensions. So these are the basic outcomes of the joint statement issued after the first face-to-face meeting between the two ministers since the standoff began in April 2020. So an important aspect of this meeting between two foreign ministers is that though they have issued a joint statement, but quite strangely they have gone to issuing separate statements, individual statements from their country's point, stating the position that their countries have taken. It's quite unusual. While China stuck to its guns that India's aggression was not towards achieving any kind of a peace, and India continues to maintain its standard. China is an aggressor. So both the countries, both the parties to the dispute, they say they stuck to their guns, and they say that the other party is not yielding. The other party is not a party to the to arriving at any kind of a peaceful dialogue. Okay. So what are the 5 points that that have been what we call decided upon between these two finance ministers? The 5-point plan, according to Hindu, is following the consensus between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping to not allow differences to become disputes. So this differences not to become disputes, this point was agreed upon between Jinping and Narendra Modi during 2017 talks, not to make differences to become disputes. Okay, that again now they have brought it as a point number 1. And then disengaging quickly to ease tensions. Okay, fine. Then abiding by the existing India-China border protocols and avoiding escalatory action. Continuing the dialogue between Special Representatives, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Mr. Wang, as well as the other mechanisms, and working towards new confidence building measures. So all the 5 points mean really just what we call nothing in terms of cooling down the tensions on the border, because these are all just diplomatic initiatives or diplomatic nuances of bringing down the heat in the narrative or maybe in the talks around the world, but nothing they do have any kind of impact on the troops unless the troops start disengaging or they go back to their bases as quickly as possible. It is said that at least both the troops have marched ahead of 25 to 30 kilometers from their bases, so they have to retreat this place. They have to come back to this area. Then both sides also, that is India and China, also issued separate notes. They call it as separate notes, detailing their positions, indicating that several differences still remain in their agreement of the situation at the LAC. Several differences. Okay. So that means it's a very complex and complicated thing. It is not going to end up so quickly, given the Chinese mentality or Chinese strategy of what we call occupying the lands. So they are making it really complicated, and India appears to have got into that trap. So which has seen violent clashes, deaths of soldiers and gunfire exchanges for the first time in 45 years. See, LAC, we have seen even on Monday there was gunfire after 44 years. So this is a really unheard of, and the tensions are really of great magnitude. The immediate task is to ensure a comprehensive disengagement of troops in all the friction areas. Fine. That's necessary to prevent any untoward incident in the future. Final disposition of the troop deployment at their permanent posts and the phasing of the process is to be worked out by the military commanders. This is what a government officer says. However, neither the joint statement nor the respective notes issued specifically spoke of a return to the status quo ante. This is more important. So neither the joint statement nor the individual notes that they have given did speak about status quo ante, that is going back to the position prevailing before March 2020. So only the tensions escalated in the early weeks of April. So if you want to have a status quo ante, that is the situation prevailing before the escalation, it should go back to 2020, March 2020 kind of a situation. But nowhere there was anything spoken about status quo ante or positions prior to the standoff in April. Nor do they specifically call on China to retreat from positions it has aggressed on at Pangong Tso, Despong and other parts of the line of actual control. This is the crux of the matter, because this 5-point action plan between both the foreign ministers of India and China agreed upon yesterday did in actual effect try to achieve anything, because it is just a diplomatic initiative. On the ground it has nothing to what we call bring any kind of change or alteration the situation at the ground floor. Okay, even that's what AICC's Rahul Gandhi in a tweet said. He tweeted that the Indian government must ensure to regain or get back the land that has been under the occupation of China. Why India is not taking strong steps or giving strong message to China to retreat. So this kind of diplomatic nuances or meaty things are not going to help to sustain India's position is what many analysts are also of the firm opinion. So if an official of the government also says the foreign ministers meeting was to agree the objectives and principles of disengagement, and that had been achieved. Oh, what a silly claim. So it says the meeting was to agree on the objectives and principles of disengagement. So it is not a disengagement. So principles and objectives of disengagement, and that has been achieved, that they claim this as a victory. However, how much depend upon the militants following through on the ground, militaries following through on the ground and completing the process quickly, returning from the near eyeball to eyeball confrontation at the line of actual control to their normal posts, which are 25 to 30 kilometers apart at many places. Okay. Statement issued by Chinese Foreign Ministry. This is very significant. Mr. Wang says that the relationship was at the crossroads. he says, Mr. Wang is the security advisor, okay, to China. He says that relationship between India and China is at crossroads. Crossroads means what? There is no hope of any de-escalation of tensions, and it continues to be a smoldering boulder that continues to what we call boil and simmer to keep the tensions evergreen, and so that offers very little scope for us. So this is really what we call very significant. So the Wang says that it is at the crossroads. Okay, as long as the two sides keep moving the relationship in the right direction. What does it mean? We don't know. There will be no difficulty or challenging that can't be overcome. Okay, this is a kind of some sort of positive kind of a statement. So he says that no, we have to continue the relationship in the right direction. What is the right direction in the eyes of the Chinese has to be deciphered only by the foreign ministry sources. Wang's quoted remarks were, see, they are in contrast to recent statements from China, including the one following the September 4 meeting between defense ministers in Moscow. He did not blame India for the recent crisis, which has been a point of emphasis in several Chinese statements from the foreign ministry. Okay, he did not blame India for the recent crisis. Fine, and the People's Liberation Army in recent weeks. Okay, so this is what this lead story talks about, and there is also an article on the tensions between India and China, saying that a game of chess in the Himalayas, which says that India has got only two options: either it has to fall in the trap laid down by the China, or it should go back to 1962 war and learn lessons. Thank you.